Let us consider this x-axis and y-axis, as we already called this as the real axis and this is the imaginary axis. How can you represent this axis by the complex number? No, no, no. A plus no ஏன்னு சொல்லாது எக்ஸ் ப்ளஸ் என்னது இதெல்லாம் எழுதியிருக்கேனே எக்ஸ் ஏ ப்ளஸ் ஐ ஜீரோ ஆர் எக்ஸ் ப்ளஸ் ஐ ஜீரோ புரியுதா? அதே மாதிரி இங்கே ஜீரோ ப்ளஸ் ஐபி ஆர் ஜீரோ ப்ளஸ் ஐஒய். ஓகே, ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல we have only real part, இந்த இடத்துல we have only imaginary part. Okay, right. Now we have this real part of the complex number as axis. So real axis and imaginary axis together they can be called complex axis. Okay, right. Now this point P that represents x y point, and OP is the, as we already mentioned, that this is nothing but the modulus of what? The complex number that can be represented as x squared plus y squared the square root 2. And similarly we can have the mirror image of this complex point, so we can call it Q. And what about its point? It will be x but negative y on the negative side. So we can connect these two and that is the PQ. So we can represent a complex number that is represented by x plus iy. And what about this? If it is a z, this one is a z bar, is it not? The conjugate of the complex number. So its conjugate, how we represent? Z bar, is it not? So that is nothing but x minus iy. Okay, so both of them are in the Argand plane. Do you understand now? And they are represented by p of xy and p of q of xy comma minus y. So if it is a z and this is z bar, that is the conjugate of z. So geometrically the x minus y point is the mirror image of the real axis, is it not? On the real axis. Now let us discuss about the polar representation of complex number. Third point, third concept, that is polar representation of complex number. So the polar representation in this case, we can represent the x, as we already know, z is represented as x plus iy, and this x-axis can be represented as r cos theta, y can be represented as r sin theta. Now let me explain this with a graph. Let us consider the same x-axis and y-axis. P is a point, so of x comma y, and it subtends an angle theta. Okay, And therefore we already know what is this. This is the r, which is nothing but the modulus of the complex number, is it not? That is represented as what? Square root of x squared plus y squared, which is nothing but the OP distance, OP, right? So now what about this x-axis here? I mean, this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Are you able to follow? Now let me continue this, and this is right angle. And what about this? This is x. What about this? This is y. Now what is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to, which is adjacent? X is adjacent. And what is the hypotenuse? R is the hypotenuse. Are you able to follow? Therefore x is equal to r cos theta. Do you understand this? Similarly, what about sin theta? Sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite by hypotenuse, y by r. Therefore y is equal to r sin theta. Do you understand this? So these ordered pair here, r and theta, are the real numbers. They are called the polar coordinates of the point, r and theta. They are called the polar coordinates of the point. Or the point P. Therefore, now we can substitute the value of x and y in this complex number. So z can be represented in terms of polar coordinates. Instead of x, you can put r cos theta, plus instead of y, you can put I into here r sin theta. Got it? And which is common here? R is common. So r of cos theta plus I sin theta. So this is the way you can represent a complex number in terms of polar coordinates. Got it? And this is called the polar form of a complex number. As usual, r is nothing but the whole square root of x squared plus y squared, that is nothing but the modulus of the complex number, that is a z. And this is called the modus of z, and that is called argument. It's called argument or amplitude. Argument or amplitude of z. So this is generally represented as arg z, not this point, arg z. For any complex number, when z is not equal to 0. Theta lies between 0 and 2 pi. இங்கே வராது. Zero and 2 pi இதில் only less than, இங்கே less than or equal to. So in this case, the minus pi and theta, minus pi is less than theta, that is less than or equal to pi. This is called the principal argument of Z. The complex number. Now we can represent this by various graphical models. For example, let us consider this x-axis and y-axis. Consider OP, and P is the point, so it subtends an angle theta. So this is 1, 2. Now the theta can be in the second quadrant. It can be like this. So let me call this is P. This is in the second quadrant, and we can have the third quadrant like this. Now here, so it means it has started and ends here. So this is the third quadrant, and this is theta. And what about the fourth quadrant? So it will lie here. So this is P. So it has started from here like this. So this is theta. Do you understand? So in all these cases, theta is less than 2 pi, and 0 is less than or equal to theta. So what about the interval here? How to represent by interval? 0, 2 pi. This is open, this is closed. Do you understand? So these are the complete set. So these angles are lying between 0 and 2 pi. Do you understand this? Now let us consider minus pi to less than or equal to plus pi. So that is another set. Shall I move? Here, what is the range? Minus pi is less than theta. Excuse me. Then that is less than or equal to pi. It means minus pi means it should be in the clockwise direction, is it not? So when the angle is negative, it should be on the what direction? No, and negative angle means anti-clockwise. Okay, positive angle means clockwise. So it will go in this way. So in that case, negative angle means minus pi. So minus pi and இப்படி வந்தால் clockwise இல்லையா, இப்படி clockwise வந்தால் negative angle, anti clockwise வந்தால் positive angle. ஓகே, இது negative angle minus theta கரெக்டாக. இப்படி போனால் அது பாசிட்டிவ் ஆங்கிள் தீட்டா. ஓகே, ஸோ இங்கே நம்ம எப்படி பார்த்துருக்கோம், these are all positive angles only, right? And if it is negative, for instance, if it goes like this, your point P, so இங்கேருந்து it goes like this. அப்போ this theta goes in the what direction? Anti-clockwise direction. So it means it is less than 2 pi only. Less than pi. Of course, less than 2 pi. இந்த பக்கம் போகணுன்னாக்கா இதோட ஆப்போசிட் இப்படி வரும். இன்னொரு இதோட தேர்ட் குவாட்ரண்ட் கேன் பி, இது வந்து ஃபோர்த்து. இப்போ தேர்டாக எடுக்கிறதுனாக்கா இங்கேருந்து இப்படி எடுக்கலாம், லைக் திஸ். Represent a complex number. Z is equal to 1 plus I cube root 3. I mean root of 3 in the polar form. So Z can be represented as x plus what? I y. Is it not? X plus iy. This is the general representation. And we know x is r cos theta, y is r sin theta. Is it not? Therefore, in terms of polar coordinates, instead of x you can put r sin theta plus r cos theta, r cos theta and r sin theta, y. So we can compare these two. So when LHS are equal, RHS should be equal. Therefore r cos theta is equal to 1. Okay, and what about cos theta here? R cos theta 1, and we can also take this r sin theta. So what is r sin theta here? R sin theta is equal to root 3. Okay, r sin theta is equal to root 3, and we already know what is this r, which is nothing but the modulus of z, that is nothing but the whole square root of x squared plus y squared. Is it not? So in this case here r cos theta, this r cos theta and r, let us call it, we can square this. Let us square this. What is r squaring on both sides? R squared cos squared theta is equal to how much? 1. And what about this? R squared sin squared theta is equal to root 3 squared means 3. Okay. and conventionally r is greater than 0 here. So what is r cos theta in this case? R cos theta, we already declared r cos theta is equal to 1 and r sin theta is equal to root 3. And what about this? Now let us find out r here. So r is equal to the x squared plus y squared. So the whole square root of what is x squared here? From this 1 plus how much? 3. Is it not? So 2. Is it not? 1 plus 3, 4 plus or minus 2. And it should be greater than 0. So r is, we take only the positive value. And how to represent this? The z, we already know r of cos theta plus I of sin theta. So instead of r you can put 2. So z of, and cos theta, what is theta here? We have to find out from here. Sin theta, or sin theta is equal to root 3. You can work out here. Or sin theta is equal to how much? Root 3. So sin theta is equal to root 3 by r, and we already know 2. R is equal to 2. Is it not? So sin theta is equal to root 3 means what is theta? Sin inverse of root 3 by 2. So what is the value of root 3 by 2? So theta should be in terms of pi. How much? If it is sin, pi by 3. And for so pi by 3. So in that case we can take pi by 3. And what about the cos theta? You take cos theta. Cos theta is equal to how much? No. R cos theta. Is it not? 1. That is cos theta is equal to 1 by 2. Because r cos theta. Okay. So theta is equal to cos inverse of 1 by 2. So cos inverse of 1 by 2 means how much? Pi by cos of cos inverse of 1 by 2. Pi by 3. Yeah. So pi by 3. In the case mein pi by 3. And therefore we can introduce here cos of 2. Theta ke badla we can put, what is that? Pi by 3 plus I of sin pi by 3, and these are the polar form. Are you able to follow? So z is equal to 2 into cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. So likewise you can reproduce. Z is equal to minus root 3 plus I. Z is equal to minus root 3 plus I. Now we know Z is equal to, how to represent by complex number, Z is equal to x plus IY. And by polar coordinates, how to represent that? R of cos, tell me, theta plus I sin theta. So that is Z. Up in the rendezvous, we can compare. Therefore, R of cos theta plus I sin theta is equal to how much? Here minus root 3 plus I. Correct? Minus root 3 plus I. இதை அப்படியே represent பண்ணிருக்கு. And ரெண்டுத்தையும் கம்பேர் பண்ணுறப்போ r cos theta அப்படிங்கிறது root 3 minus root 3. அதே மாதிரி r அதாவது I r sin theta அப்படிங்கிறது I, that is equal to 1. I cancelled. So we can remove, so we can take this as 1 இல்லையா? ஸோ அப்போ ஸ்கொயரிங் ஆன் போத் சைட்ஸ் என்ன ஆகும்? r sin theta is equal to 1 அப்படி வச்சுக்கோ. இப்போது ஸ்கொயரிங் ஆன் போத் சைட்ஸ் என்ன வரும்? r squared cos squared theta is equal to minus of minus plus அப்போ 3. அண்ட் அதே மாதிரி இங்கே r sin thetaங்கிறது r squared sin squared theta is equal to 1. இப்போ இந்த ரெண்டுத்தையும் போட்டு இதில் சப்ஸ்டியூட் பண்ணு. அப்போ r squared of cos squared theta plus sin squared theta is equal to 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4 இல்லையா? sin squared plus cos squared 1, அப்போ r squared is equal to 4. So r is equal to plus or minus 2, and since it is a positive value we take only 2, so we consider r is equal to 2. இப்போ cos theta இங்கேருந்து எடுக்கணும். எங்கே r cos theta இங்கே இருக்குது. ஸோ r cos theta is equal to what? minus root 3. ஸோ இப்போ rன்றது 2, ஸோ 2 cos theta is equal to minus root 3னா cos theta is equal to எவ்வளோ? minus root 3 by 2. ஸோ theta is equal to cos inverse of root 3 by 2 minus root 3 by 2. ஓகே, ஸோ cos அப்போ காஸ் தீட்டாவோட வேல்யூ என்ன வரும்? பை பை 6 இல்லையா? ஸோ தீட்டா கேன் பி பை பை 6. அதே மாதிரி தான் அதுக்கும். அப்போது இந்த தீட்டாவை இன்னொரு விதமாக எப்படி போடலாம்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். பை பை 6 தட் இஸ் பை மைனஸ் அப்படின்னு போடலாம். பை மைனஸ் பை பை 6 அப்படின்னு போட்டால், ஏன்னா ரெண்டு வேல்யூவும் பார்க்கணும், ரெண்டு பாசிபிலிட்டி பார்க்கணும். ஸோ அப்படிங்கிறப்போ அப்போ 6 5 மைனஸ் பை, அப்போ 5 பை பை 6ன்னு வரும். புரியுதா? ஸோ தீட்டா கேன் ஆல்சோ பி பை பை 5 பை பை 6 போடலாம். காசு தானே, புரியுதா? ஸோ அப்போ இசட் மாடுலஸ் ஆஃப் இசட் மாடுலஸ் என்னது? தட் இஸ் நத்திங் பட் ஸ்கொயர் ரூட் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ் ஸ்கொயர்ட் ப்ளஸ் ஒய் ஸ்கொயர்ட். ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு எக்ஸ் ஸ்கொயர்டோட வேல்யூ என்ன? அதோ இதோட வேல்யூ 4. ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு 2. ஸோ இசட் பார் மாட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு 2. அப்போ த ஆர்குமெண்ட் ஆஃப் இசட், இங்கே கொஷின் வந்து ஆர்குமெண்ட் ஆஃப் இசட். ஸோ ஆர்குமெண்ட் ஆஃப் இசட் அப்படிங்கிறது which is nothing but தீட்டாவோட வேல்யூ, that is 5 பை பை 6. இந்த தீட்டாவோட வேல்யூ தான் இந்த இடத்துல ஆர்குமெண்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. ஓகே, இந்த கொஷின் வந்து வாட் இஸ் ஆர்குமெண்ட் ஆஃப் இசட்? டேக் டவுன், நீ ட்ரை பண்ணி பாரு. ஃபைண்ட் தி